Hello again, folks. Now, just so you understand where I am regarding Nigel Farage and reform, in fact, where I have been ever since I've started this whole YouTube jolly back in 2015, 2016. Wow, all that time. I have come to the conclusion I have regarding Nigel Farage and reform and the rest of them due to my own research, what I've seen, what I've heard, talking to people, what I've looked up, research, my own due diligence. My intention is not to tell you who to vote for and who not to vote for. They're just my opinions. I am on here to practice my freedom of speech while I still have it, while we still have it. We should all do it. We're all grown-ups. There's plenty of stuff out there for you to look at, to research, to come to your own conclusions, and I would rather that. I don't want this to be an echo chamber where we all think the same thing. I am acceptable. I accept criticism. I'm a big boy. I'm an adult. It doesn't bother me one bit. It really doesn't. So come to your own conclusions. Do your own research regarding Farage and reform. And on that, I won't be voting for Farage and reform at the next general election. Because of their behaviour, I have been reduced to making a protest vote, and that vote will either go to UKIP or someone else. I don't know who, because reform don't represent me. My fear is, from what I've seen now, is that when or if reform and Nigel Farage get voted into Downing Street, we won't get the reform that we were promised in the beginning. It'll be a completely different beast. It's shifting already. You can see it politically. Reform are shifting, and that's what people are seeing, that's what people are pointing out, and that's what Nigel Farage and Richard Tice, Mohammed Ziyadun Yusuf really don't like. And that's why they kicked Rupert Lowe out of the party. He was questioning this. That's all he was doing. There were legitimate concerns, and they punished him for it, and it's disgusting. They went so far as to slander him. And I didn't like that at all. That had the hallmarks of the Union Party for me. I know politics is a dirty game. It's proper Game of Thrones, cloak and dagger, two-faced, backstabbing, Machiavellian stuff. I guess it has to be, but still, for them to do that to a colleague, I think it's disgusting. And it's all come out in WhatsApp messages between Nigel Farage and an associate as to why he got rid of him. Nigel Farage got rid of Rupert Lowe because of him questioning him, and he didn't like it, called him disgusting. He said it was damaging the party, and it was made public in order to humiliate him and destroy the fellow, but it didn't work because Rupert Lowe is a popular guy in Parliament. I think he's still a maverick in Parliament. He says the right things. He kind of represents me in Parliament. He says what I would ask in Parliament, and for that, I would have happily voted for him if he was my MP, reform or not. But these WhatsApp messages are quite damning, I think. They show you what Nigel Farage is really like. And for someone like Gerard Batten, former UKIP leader, to pop up on an interview with a jolly heretic, the link is down below. It's only fair for you to see the whole video on that channel. It's a great channel, by the way. And it was a fantastic, revealing interview. And for someone like Gerard Batten to come out and put the digs into Nigel Farage, I think it was extraordinary, because Gerard Batten is seen, I believe, as the Mr. Nice Guy of politics. He's a nice, decent, approachable, warm, just a decent chap. Nobody decent has a bad word to say about him. And the reason he says Nigel couldn't get rid of him was because he was very popular with the core voters. So he couldn't do anything. It would bounce back and hit him or bite him in the bum if he did that. And Nigel Farage knew it very, very well. So Gerard Batten was on the Jolly Heretic video. And the words he used to describe Nigel Farage, it was just, again, it was extraordinary. It was compelling. I watched start to finish. It was just, wow, my mind was blown. He called him Machiavellian. He said he liked to work in the background. He liked to pull the strings from the dark. He was very much in control, but not seen to be in control. And that's kind of worrying. Do you not agree? And it doesn't make sense to me why Nigel Farage would be pulling the strings. What on earth for? What does he have to gain for it, apart from maybe financial incentives? I don't know. But Nigel Farage has always seemed to be for the money, for profit, hence your subscription to Reform. It's not membership, it's a subscription. You have no say. They takes your money and that's it. Unlucky, you know. So Gerard Batten came out with all these words to describe him. Machiavellian, untrustworthy. He didn't say untrustworthy, but words to that effect. I don't think Gerard Batten is impressed with the fella, and has wanted to say this for a long, long time, but obviously he couldn't because of the impressive popularity of Nigel Farage and Reform before the whole Rupert Lowe business. Yeah, but Nigel liked to get rid of people, and he goes way back. I mean, we all know this from Ben Habib and others, Stephen Wolfe, who've come out as well. And there's loads of people coming out now. Catherine Blakelock. I would disregard any journalistic hit pieces on Nigel Farage. I really would. I saw one earlier yesterday, and they went on about sex and money and Nigel trying to be good looking for the lady. It was just a proper unnecessary, probably a bunch of lies from mainstream media activists, left-wing activists who are jumping on it, but will make it worse, if you know what I mean. Completely unbelievable. Whereas the things that Catherine Blakelock, Stephen Gerrard, Ben Habib, Rupert Lowe have come out and said, they're completely believable. They really are. It tells you of a guy who likes to be in control, seems to be forced into being a leader of the party, which tells me that someone's controlling him. It must be, mustn't it? Am I thinking too much here? Am I delving too deep in it? For Nigel Farage to push a right-wing populist party to the brink and then jump ship before it crosses the line or has the ability to cross the line, become popular, make a difference, get into parliament or whatever, it just tells me it's completely pointless. It doesn't make sense. So maybe Gerard Batten has something when he says he's Machiavellian, he's cutthroat, and he's a control freak. So maybe he is controlled opposition. I never thought I'd say that, but yeah, maybe Nigel Farage is controlled opposition. So who the hell is controlling him? Controlling him to push right-wing parties as a distraction, get them nearly there, and then completely destroy them. And he's done it so many times, hasn't he? Just from my research, what I've seen, people I've talked to, etc. And to those people, thank you for emails, by the way. I've got loads, I've yet to read more. I do apologise. I do reply to everyone who does email me, even on X, on the old DMs. I do eventually get around to doing it, but my apologies if I haven't. So there we go. That's my latest on Nigel Farage. Again, alarm bells. If someone like Gerard Batten comes out now to give his tuppence, give a few digs in, that's alarm bells, isn't it? Do you not think so? Let me know in the comments. And there we go. I'm Paz49. Thanks for watching. And until the next time, Roger Trout.